Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Abhishek?
Yeah, I'm perfectly good today.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. And how has your week been going so far?
Yeah, it was good. My week just I finished two exams.
That's awesome. Okay, so how
Yeah,
did those exams go?
yeah, it was perfectly went well, and I have confidence that I did perfectly good.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. It's
Yeah,
always a good feeling, after you've finished an exam and you're confident about it. There's no better feeling than that, I think.
yeah, and I am in a very happy mood today. The reason is in India we are celebrating Holi today.
Oh, really? I can see the colors. That makes sense. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Do you usually celebrate this every year?
Yeah, definitely, of course. Yeah, every year we celebrate this festival uh, due to two mythological aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one is there was a demon king called Hiranyakashipu.
Okay.
Like he has got a boon from Lord Vishnu, or I think Lord Brahma, that
Okay.
no one in the world, even it may be animal, it may be a man, he should not be killed from anyone else.
Ah, I
Yeah,
understand. Okay.
but he misused the power and he started to rule the whole world. Like he took the control of the world in his hands and he misused the boon the
So
he
he
got.
he once he became too powerful, this started to affect his decision making and it corrupted him.
Yeah, and
I see.
after once his son has born, his son was against him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone in the world was following this father. Why? Because the whole world is in control, but only his son would not follow his ideas or his beliefs. Everything he was always praying to God. He was always chant the God names. Due to this reason, Hiranyakashipu, his father, got very angry and he wanted to somehow kill his son, just get lost from this world.
Really?
Yeah, then he tried many ways of killing his son. Like what? He brought so many snakes and put it on his body. And
Really?
yeah, and one day he took his son under the elephant leg. Even the
He
yeah
tried to get him crushed by the elephant.
elephant
Wow.
yeah even the elephant put his leg on this body. The elephant realized that this son was incarnation of God, so it just took it back.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
somehow
many.
he managed to survive all of these attempts, even though his father was trying very hard to kill him. It was
Yeah,
impossible.
and one final thing, what he did was his sister, the demon sister called Holika.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
she has also got a boon from the god that when he sat on a fire, she wouldn't burn.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
his father ordered, which means that his brother ordered her to take his son and sit on a fire so that the boy would be busted, the boy would be burnt, and Holika would be survived. So what happened when she sat with that little boy? She busted, she burnt actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. There is a condition that in the boon, she always used to. She should wear a sari, some kind of thing on her head. The
Okay.
sari suddenly flew away.
Wow.
Yeah, and the boy was chanting the Lord's name. So there was nothing happened to boy, and Holika just got buried or burnt, and that is the reason. Due to that demon's name Holika, we say holy.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing that background story.
Yeah,
That's very,
and
very
you may,
fascinating.
yeah, you may have one to think that why am I putting colors on my face? And why do we play colors on this festival? The reason is, do you know Lord Krishna? Have you ever heard of it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, basically his body is full of blue color. Yeah,
Okay, yes.
yeah, and the reason is when he was a small kid, he drank milk from a demon lady called Putni.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
her milk was very poisonous. So we still believe that due to that poisonous milk, his body turned into blue color. And
Okay.
Krishna always used to complain about his body to his mother. His brothers and friends were teasing him. Your body is blue color, and see our bodies, it's white and whitish. So they used to just tease him, and Krishna always used to complain to his mother that
Okay.
everyone are teasing me. So our mother said, if they're teasing you, you just go put some colors on them, so that they would also become some colors. So that is why we are playing
Okay.
colors.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so now everybody embraces the colorfulness
Yeah,
during this festival, so that there is nobody that is singled out as being the wrong color.
yeah,
Everybody embraces that.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Very, very cool. I appreciate you sharing this with me. I knew about Holi and I'd seen so many beautiful pictures or videos about this festival, but I had never heard the background story. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah.
So today, what are your plans? Are you going to go out and celebrate with your family or your friends, or what will you do to celebrate Holi
Yeah,
together?
yesterday, yeah, actually, this Holi celebrated 2 days,
Okay.
one night and one day. Yesterday night,
Wow.
we celebrated the like we put a bonfire
Yes.
and we put some grains into it, and it's just a symbolization of burning that bad thing over a good thing.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you are
we have
trying to have or get rid of some of the bad energy or the bad thoughts.
yeah,
I
get
understand.
rid of all the negative thinkings.
Okay.
Yeah, and the one more thing is today morning we just celebrated Holi. Basically, in my area, we I think nobody played Holi so much, and so I just went to my friend's house to play some Holi today.
Okay. So in his neighborhood, more people were participating in the celebration.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I think even though due to the recent days, I think so many people are not participating in festivals. I think festivals should be celebrated in a much enjoyment.
Yes, yes, of course. I think, it's understandable. It's difficult to celebrate in the same way because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
That is a very unfortunate situation. But
And
you're right. I think still to celebrate it, even in smaller ways, is important, right? This is a very important time in the year.
yeah, and some in what can I say? Nowadays, the chemicals are very harmful to our skins. So
Oh,
maybe the reason so many people are not celebrating.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
The powdered paint usually is what is thrown during Holi, right?
yeah,
Is this what contains some of those dangerous chemicals?
yeah.
Oh.
So many chemicals are very harmful to our skin, and it may cause skin burns.
I understand. Okay, so people are being a little bit more cautious about this these days?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
That makes sense. Now, is there a place to celebrate Holi that usually is a much bigger celebration in India? Places maybe where people travel to for this purpose? Or would you say it's celebrated the same way around the entire country?
No, I think in the South India where I stay, it's not celebrated much in what can I say, in a very decorated manner.
Ah,
So
okay.
usually in the north, in Uttar Pradesh, in those sites where it is a land of Krishna, like the Krishna took birth. It's
It's his birthplace?
it's his birthplace. So I think in north side they celebrate in a much what can I say in
They celebrate in a much bigger way?
yeah, in a bigger way, yeah.
I understand, that makes sense. Have you ever been there during Holi before to celebrate or no?
No, I have not been there.
Would you like to visit during Holi one day in the future if it's
Yeah,
possible?
yeah, definitely. One day I would definitely like to visit.
That's awesome. Yes, I
And
would love to visit India during Holi one year. I think that would be the perfect time to get to experience a lot more of this kind of these kinds of celebrations. I think that would make it a very memorable kind of
yeah,
experience.
definitely.
On
Yeah,
top of already getting to enjoy all of the other interesting things about the country itself. These festivals, I think, are one of the most fascinating parts of
Yeah,
India's culture.
yeah. And I would ask, and I would ask, like to ask you, like, what are the festivals you celebrate in Canada?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, unfortunately, we don't have as many traditional festivals or cultural festivals here because Canada is a much younger country than India. We're barely more than 150 years old here. But we do have a celebration every year on what we call Canada Day, which is July 1st. This is kind of celebrating the birthday of our country.
Oh,
And usually there are some parades that people will wear red and white, our national colors, and maybe they'll put some face paint on as well, or they have different kinds of treats and snacks and musical performances or things like that that happen to celebrate Canada Day. I remember when I was young, especially, enjoying these kinds of celebrations.
oh, that's good.
And of course, we also celebrate Christmas. I would say that is one of our biggest holidays in
Yeah,
Canada. Every
Christmas is
year.
celebrated all over the world. I think.
Yes, yes. It's not distinctly Canadian, but it is
Yeah,
definitely celebrated in a huge way here in Canada.
yeah, yeah.
People decorate their houses, they play Christmas music, they exchange presents, they have big Christmas meals. So it's one of the more important ones here.
Okay, I see.
But I wish that we did have more kinds of traditional festivals. I think that sometimes there are some nice music festivals or art festivals that happen, but they're much newer kinds of celebrations. And I personally enjoy traveling to other places to enjoy festivals from around the world. I was lucky enough to be in India during a couple of festivals when I first traveled there, and to some other places that I went as well. I happened to, get to time my vacation so that I was able to enjoy the festivals, and that was one of my favorite things about traveling to these places.
Yeah, and how many countries you have visited till now?
I've been to about 20 countries so far.
Oh, that's good. Actually, I just wanted to ask, out of these 20 countries, which countries did you enjoyed a lot?
I enjoyed all of the places that I visited, but I think there are a few that stick out in my memory as some of my favorites. I would say one of my favorite places that I've visited is definitely Japan, because I got to live there for almost 2 years. So I got to experience a lot more while I was there, and it's an amazing place. I also really loved visiting Indonesia and Thailand and India. I would say those are
Oh,
probably my top 4 countries that I've been to,
yeah,
and hopefully I can return to some of these places again in the future.
yeah, and even I have to visit Japan one day.
Hopefully
Yeah,
you get a chance to. I think you would love
yeah.
it.
We had a lesson in our 12th class that there is a park in Japan called Nara Park, wherein which
Yes,
there are some deers. When we
yes.
give some snacks to them, they bow to us. Is it right? Is it true?
That is very true. Yes, yeah, Nara is an amazing place, and there are hundreds of deer everywhere that are wild deer. They're not enclosed or anything like that, but people feed them, and because people feed them, they keep coming back, and they will bow to you. Yes, they've learned this trick. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a very good tradition in Japan. Even the animal has got the tradition.
Yes, yes, it's a very, very neat tradition. I agree.
Yeah,
And I've visited Nara a few times while I was living there, and every time was a special experience.
yeah. Like, what did you have for your breakfast today?
For today, that's a
Yeah,
good question as well. I just had a little bit of fruit. I had some banana and some apple, and I also had a peanut butter sandwich. Do you like peanut butter?
yeah. I have not tasted it, but
You've never tried it? Oh, I
no.
hope you get a chance to one day. It's one of my favorites for breakfast. I
Oh,
love it.
okay, that's good. I think we
Yes,
are getting out of time. Next time we'll speak of more about something else.
sounds good. Well, it's always nice to talk to you, my friend. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Goodbye.
Take care.